Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Looking out on the morning rain. Everybody go, oh. Can you tell I'm ready for Aretha Franklin? Yes, I am ready for Aretha Franklin. But that's not the most important thing that we're going to start with today. Today we start with a cautionary tale. Should you visit Mexico City with your mate? And should you ride the subway? And should you get a little horny while you're in the subway? And should you decide to go stooping in the subway, at least think of not wearing your working uniform. Because if you do that, you may actually have a chance of still having a job after you get out of jail. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together here on Facebook, where we cover all kinds of interesting things that happen in Mexico, including subway stooping. Why not? I hope everybody's having a good morning. Today is August the 22nd. It is Thursday. Boy, was it schwitzy yesterday. But I'm glad that it is Thursday, and I'm glad that we're going to have a music appreciation presentation today. And I'm glad that I have some interesting news to share with you. Nothing conclusive, but it'll be fun. At least I hope. Let us start with this piece of land that you may recognize. What's with this piece of land along Francisco Medina Ascencio between the Sheraton Hotel and Soriana? Does that look familiar? I mean, it's been like that for decades. Actually, I have no idea what's going on with it, but I can tell you, thanks to this news item, that this lot was one of former Mayor Michel's campaign promises. Under his administration, it was supposed to become an open space for the city. But clearly, this did not happen. Now, this makes me wonder if, recently the city hall, the city council voted favorably for 3 new city parks to be built or to be developed in the city. And I wonder if this particular piece of land happens to be the location of one of them. This is an area that was promised to be reclaimed as part of the green areas of the city. And again, it really did not move, not at all. Now, if you were out and about yesterday, you'll probably agree that it was one of the hottest and schwitziest days we've had so far this summer. It was really bad. And then to make matters worse, we had a bit of a sprinkle in the evening, which only helped to increase the humidity. I took 2 showers before going to bed. But the good news is that experts claim that the canicula, or the dog days of summer, will be over around the 31st of this month. Let us keep our fingers crossed and hope that this is actually the case. And there's some more good news here. San Salvador Street in Cinco de Diciembre is starting to look drivable again after 8 months of neglect and uneven pavement and potholes. It is unclear to me as to whether the street is just going to be repaved or if they're actually going to build the more glamorous paseo or lane that they had promised. This catches my attention, this part of the image, because I see something that seems to be extending the sidewalk And that was supposed to be part of the wider lane with a bicycle lane and so forth and so on. So I don't know if they reverted back to the original plan or what. Here's another view close to the cemetery or looking towards the cemetery. And as soon as it's ready, of course, we will go out there and have a closer look. Hopefully it'll be repaired or completed before December. I certainly hope that is the case. And now let us take a quick look at the weather just to see what's going on out there. You must break through the fog of lies television weathermen have created around you. Well, I don't look at the weather on TV. I look at the weather here at Coffee and Headlines. And sometimes Coffee and Headlines gets it right, sometimes not. But hey, we do whatever we can. It's 29 degrees right now. Humidity is at 77%. And our weather forecast for today says that we're going to have mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 43%, a high of 32, and a low of 23. Then tomorrow we can expect thunderstorms in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 57%, a high of 31, and a low of 23. Saturday, we can expect thunderstorms in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 72%. So it looks like it's going to be a wet weekend. We will have a high of 32 and a low of 22. Yay. Now, moving right along, let's see what else we have planned for you here. Oh, let's just go directly into the next segment, which has to do with Mexico's Independence Month, which is coming. It's not Cinco de Mayo, as you well know. Mexico's independence is celebrated in September. And to be precise, it is celebrated on September 16 with one of our country's most important ceremonial traditions taking place the evening before, shortly before midnight. So celebrations for Independence Day begins on September 15 at night, followed by fireworks in the evening at midnight. And then we continue on September 16. This year, of course, will be a special year because President López Obrador will oversee the ceremony for the last time. He will present his final State of the Union address on September 1st. And there will be a number of celebrations happening nationwide moving forward, of course, culminating on our festive Independence Day celebration. And of course, we can expect interesting celebrations to be taking place here in Puerto Vallarta as well. Now, in the past years, whenever we reach September, we always try to include all kinds of cultural content that gives you a better appreciation of what Mexico was like before the independence and after the independence, and what Mexico brings to the table, the worldwide table. And this is something that we're going to continue to do this year. But if I can switch over to music appreciation mode, this year we will have not only 3 presentations during the month of September, all 3 will focus on Mexican music and Mexican culture. We start with a retelling of Mexico's soulful storytellers, in which we explore the impact of Mexico's traditional songwriters. There's a number of traditional Mexican songs that some of which you may not even know came from Mexico because they've been translated and they have become popular elsewhere. And some of which you know very well, but you don't know much about the story behind them or the people that composed them. So that will be my first presentation. This is going to be on September 5th. Always a Thursday, always at 5 o'clock, always at the Joint Boutique Hotel. And if you're really, really proud to be here and happy to be living in Mexico and want to take part on the Mexican independence celebrations, I tell you what it's all about on Viva Mexico, which features music, stories, culture, and legacy of Mexico, from Mexico to the world. This is going to happen this year on September 12th. And it was very successful last year, so I'm so very happy to do it again. Last year we had a full house at the Joint Boutique Hotel, so I expect this is going to be a lot of fun again for anyone that wishes to better understand how we celebrate our independence and what we are independing from. If there is such a word, I know there isn't. I just made it up. And we will close our celebration with Great Mexican Songs Volume 2. We already had Great Mexican Songs. We featured a selection of amazing songs from the traditional and the popular domain. Now we're going to dig in further, get a little closer to the present time, and look at some new songs that are truly amazing that you may already know, but again, are wonderful songwriting feats, and you may want to hear more about their stories. And of course, speaking of stories, we have ARETHA this afternoon. We expect audience participation. It's going to be a lot of fun covering the life of the Queen of Soul. And of course, this is at 5 o'clock at the Joint in air-conditioned comfort. Be there. And if you're not there, well, we will be filming it so that you can then purchase a ticket to watch it live. To watch it online at your own convenience. And of course, yesterday we had a wonderful spotlight. Gina Hendrix joined us to tell us a little bit more about her tasting that is going on tomorrow, I believe. And she also told us a little bit about some of the plans that she has for the months that are following. She gave away 2 accesses to her experiences. So I'm very grateful to Gina for her participation. Oh, and we had audience at the Joint Boutique Hotel, which was absolutely fun. So I was really, really happy for the whole thing. And of course, the spotlight will come back this coming Wednesday, once again, at the Joint Boutique Hotel. If you know of anyone that wishes to toot their own horn about their products, their services, their events, you know where we are going to be this coming Wednesday at 4 o'clock. And speak of the devil, let us watch this now. Look at all those wonderful good mornings. I love it. Thank you so very much, you guys. This is awesome. Betsy says, thanks, Daniel, and everyone who made the convention wonderful last night. Pete and Oprah were brilliant. Is it over? It was over last night, right? I should connect with Daniel to see if he got any sleep or if he's going to take a few days off after being part of the team that brought the streaming of the Democratic National Convention to the networks and to the world. Let us see what else we have. Boom, 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 boom. La, la, la. Oh, Luisa, no need to run. Certainly not on this weather. No running late, just walking late is much better. Let's see. Oh no, Glenn is going to have jury duty next week. Please don't have withdrawal symptoms from coffee and headlines. You know you can watch it in the evening. Let's see what else we have. What musical instruments do you play, Paco? Well, I started with the piano. That's what I went to conservatory for. Then when I went to Berkeley, not in California, in Boston, I switched over to voice. So I studied singing. And when nobody's watching, I play the recorder. So those are my 3 instruments. Let's see what else. Okay. Is Independence Day not a drinking event? I think it is a drinking event. A lot of people celebrate through drinking. But Independence Day, well, it's a festive event. So I think drinking is part of any festive event. In my mind, it is also an important event not to be a prude or anything. Of course, I drink on Independence Day, but what's the point of celebrating a holiday when you don't understand what it is about, right? And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to unpack everything related to Independence Day so that if you go out drinking, you know at least what to celebrate. Let's see what else. Pum pum pum. Salam says, I'd like to attend. Is there a chance I can get a ticket? Absolutely. If this relates to ARETHA this afternoon, tickets are available at the Joint Boutique Hotel front desk. And, it's the middle of summer. I don't think it's going to be a full house. I know that there's almost 10 people that I am aware of that are going, and there's room for 30 something. So I don't think you'll have a problem attending. And I look forward to seeing you there if you do. Unless you were talking about Gina's event, because Karen responded to that. Well, all the details about that are on the spotlight. Let's see. Oh, thank you very much, Stan. Stan, as you know, is our Puerto Vallarta neurofeedback community partner. So it's great to read you, Stan. And of course, I'll be so excited to get my next neurofeedback session tomorrow afternoon. Stan says, what an excited September series of music appreciation, storytelling through music, and your depth of knowledge, next level education. Thank you so much. It's just the storytelling part. I just think it's so fascinating to try to connect information in such a way that it creates a nice story. I don't know where I got this fascination, but I'm so happy to share it. Let's see what else we have. Do we have to Google the Ciudad de Mexico, the Mexico City gossip? Well, I mean, there's not much more to tell. I mean, this dude and this gal who have a Movistar booth in the subway. You know, Movistar is one of the cell phone companies that promises you everything. It's one of the Telcel competitors. For some bizarre reason, they decided to go stooping in an empty station. They thought nobody was going to see them, but some policemen who were doing their rounds spotted them in the act, in the stooping act, and they were wearing their Movistar uniforms. Bad idea, if you ask me. Not a good idea. I mean, with so many public spaces where you could go stooping in Mexico City, where you're going to be left alone, and I can certainly name a few from my teenage years. Who on earth thinks of doing it on a subway station? That's what I called urge. Yes. The convention is over tonight. Okay, fair enough. I feel like I should know this, but has Salvador Street paved? But, is it paved or cobblestone? Well, from what I could see in the photographs, it's that, it's not cobblestones. It's that pressed concrete where they put a shape on top of it. So I think it's going to be concrete. At least that's what I gathered from the photo that I shared earlier. Paco, when are you going to sing something for us? I do believe I sang at the beginning of this presentation, and these days that's about as much as you get. The last time I sang in public was at Encanto. It was I decided to write lyrics to a song spoofing Gouda Gabor, and that was the last time I sang in front of a crowd. I don't do it much, so, but I'm happy to, put out a few notes here and there just for the heck of it. And that is the end of today's broadcast. My goodness, let's find the buttons. There's the Buy Me a Coffee button. I never cease to thank you for your memberships. I don't mention you specifically for memberships anymore. Maybe I should. I think I see other podcasters and video podcasters doing scrolling names of people that are members. Maybe I'll find a way to do that with you and for you. But I am so grateful. Luna and I would not be able to pay our rent and our bills and our life and our food without you supporting this project. So it is my pleasure to continuously find ways to make you happy, and I certainly hope I fill the mark. And if I don't, you know where to find me. Just drop me a note with your comments, ideas, suggestions. We always want to make this better for you. Oh dear, I sound like the what the fuck parrot when I sing. Luisa, I will pay you 7 pesos and 50 centavos to hear you sing. When I see you in Guadalajara next month, maybe we can try to sing a duet. Anyhow, this is the end of today. Gotta wrap up ARETHA and get it all ready and packed up for this afternoon. I look forward to seeing you there. And if not, I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow morning at Coffee and Headlines. And don't wear your uniform while you're stooping. Take care.